What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Mike. So, just got back home from the gym. Nice workout. Unfortunately, the gym was a little bit crowded, so I wasn't able to do everything that I wanted to do. But got a little nice chest pumping. Get some cardio. A lot of cardio because have the day off. So I'm trying to take advantage of the day. And something I wanted to just sit here and chat with you guys about are common gym mistakes that you see everyone doing, particularly new people in the gym or young people. So those are two people you see, doing these big mistakes. Just want to sit here and let you guys know some common things that you see, so you don't get caught in that trap. One of the first things I see is people not warming up properly. So a lot of people, when they go to the gym, they go straight from the car straight to the weights, and they try to like max out things like that. No, you don't want to work out a cold muscle. Now I'm not saying you gotta do 10 minutes of jump rope or anything like that, but typically a 5 to 10 minute some kind of cardio workout, just to get your heart pumping up a little bit. I'm not saying we gotta do sprints for 10 minutes, but some kind of cardio workout to get your blood pumping, to get your your muscles loosen a little bit, to get your joints and your ligaments like, hey, it's time to do a little something. That is kind of what you want to aim for. It's a nice 5-10 minute workout. The type of cardio doesn't really matter, to be honest. Do what you enjoy. I switch things up. If I'm doing legs, I tend to do a lot more biking. Just get my hips, my knees, in that same motion. If I'm doing back day or chest day, then I'll do either, or even arms or shoulders. I'll either do the treadmill for 10 minutes or I'll do the elliptical for 10 minutes. Those are the ones that are usually free. Whenever I was deadlifting more often, I would do a lot of rowing. Just to get my back and like, hey, back, it's time to do a little something, something. Get my hips, my knees warmed up. It's like, hey, it's time to get going. So the type of warm up doesn't really matter. The type of cardio workout doesn't matter. It can be stairs if you enjoy stairs. That's not my thing, but if stairs are your thing, do stairs. I used to jump rope a lot also. I used to do like 7 minutes of jump rope or like 200 skips. That's a workout. And it's like it works a lot. Jump roping is a highly underrated exercise. Jump ropes are fun. It's a skill set you have to learn, because if not, you'll bang your ankles up. Your ankles will be hurting, because my ankles used to hurt a lot because just missing. But there's so many different tricks that you can do with jump rope. It's really fun. So if you've never tried jump rope and you're curious about it, try jump rope. It's really fun. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really matter what kind of cardio workout you do. So what I personally do, again, a lot of people have like different ideas about this, but I always say warm up. Everyone that that has experience in the gym will say warm up. Whether, again, I warm up with a 10-minute cardio workout. Before I do my actual weight, I work up to my weight. That's another common mistake that people do, is that they try to go straight for the top set. Don't do that, because you have to tell your muscles, hey, it's time to do a little something, something. Because you go straight for your top set, you may not be as strong. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do 85 warm-up sets, but you want to tell your body, hey, it's time to do a little something. So my typical rep range, or my typical set range, I usually do like 3 warm-up sets. Depending on how heavy I'm going, I may do 4. But I'll usually do like 3 warm-up sets. For instance, when I was doing dumbbell bench press today, because today was chest day, I knew that I wanted to work at around 90 to 95 pound dumbbells. I knew that was the working weight that I wanted to work at. But I started with 50-pound dumbbells. I'm like, 50-pound dumbbells, I know I can do this. So I worked on the stretch. I worked on the range of motion and tell my body, hey, this is what we're doing. Because sometimes you gotta almost talk to your body. It's like, hey, it's time to work this muscle. And it's like, okay, the way I like to describe it are muscles are like teenagers. Sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they do what they want to do. But once they listen, it's like, okay, that is what I'm supposed to do. And you're the parent. You're like, exactly. Do the thing that I told you to do. So muscles are like teenagers. Sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. But the more you get on them, the more they listen. So again, chest day. I knew that I want my working rate weights to be around 90 to 95 pounds. So with 50, 50 felt perfectly fine. Like, okay, cool. Easy. Worked on the range of motion, worked on the depth, work on the control, the contraction, to tell my body this is what we're doing. Then I did a jump to 70 pounds. I know I can work with 70 pounds. And while I was at 70 pounds, I was asking myself, how does this weight feel? Does this weight feel super, super heavy? Does it feel manageable? Does it feel light? It's like, okay, this feels manageable, feels kind of heavy, but I can do this. And the reason why I ask that is because that also determines if I work at 90s or 95 pounds. So like, okay, cool. But I did 10 reps at 50, 10 reps at 70. Then I did another jump to 85. Again, a lot closer to my working weight. I was like, okay, let me see how 85s feel. If 85s feel super, super heavy, I'm not going to 95. I'm going to go to 90. If 85 feels unstable, if it feels just insane, I'm like, no, we're not doing that. So I went to 85. 85 felt good. It felt heavy, yes, but it felt good. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I jumped to 95. I'm like, okay, this is what I want to work at. I want to work at 95 because my goal by the end of the year is to be working with 100-pound dumbbells. Again, I used to be able to work at 100-pound dumbbells, but there's some stuff that happened. A lot of self-doubt. My work schedule changed. My nutrition changed. My sleeping habits changed. So I had to kind of regress. And to be honest, I had some fear because that's a lot of weight. It just in general, 100 pounds is a lot of weight, let alone 100 pounds per hand with no spotter. That's a lot of weight. So like my goal for the end of the year is to work at 100-pound dumbbells. Can I do it? Yeah, because I've been there before. But there's still some slight fear. There's still some slight trepidation. It's like, Mike, that's a lot of weight. That's a lot of weight, my boy. But Mike, I know I can do it because I've done it before. So again, I went to 95s. I was like, okay, let me see how 95s felt. My first set, again, my goal was to hit 8 to 10. Because I know I've done that before. So like, okay, let me see what I got today. I got down on the bench and I was able to hit 8. 4 struggle 8. The 7 was like, okay, this is tough. 8 was like, okay, this is a lot. But I did my struggle 8. I dropped down, took a little break, and then I was like, okay, let me do another set. Got another set, got like 6 in. So like, okay, I got some work to do. And that's why I chart everything, so you know where you're working at. I'm like, okay, cool. So then I wanted to do incline, because, flat dumbbell press works your whole chest. It works like mainly the middle of your chest. Incline works more that top shelf of your chest. So if you can see here, it's like, regular bench press works like all of your chest, but incline works that top shelf. So your clavicle is not showing. It's like, oh, it's all bony and stuff like that. It works, gives you that extra muscle, that muscular layer up here. Again, I ain't the biggest guy, but you can kind of see, a little bit what I'm talking about. There are guys who are much bigger than me that's like, okay, that's what Mike's talking about. So if you look at people and they do like the most muscular and have that big strip of muscle that's kind of like coming down here, that's what I'm talking about. That's what that incline bench tends to work. So okay, so again, not warming up. That's something that a lot of beginners and particularly young people they do. They don't warm up properly. They go too heavy. They don't warm up with the actual weight, because that can be the big injury. Another thing that people don't do enough, or that people do, is they compare themselves to others. There's a difference between admiring somebody and wanting to get to that weight, and having judgment, having anger, and it's like that negative judgment. You know what I mean? There's a difference. And one of the things that you can do is that you have to catch yourself every now and then. You have to ask yourself, it's like, why am I feeling this way? Am I jealous of them? Do I wish that I was at that weight? It's like, ask yourself what those things are. Because there was a dude, because I was doing, I started working at incline, my incline dumbbell bench press. I was working at 70s. I think 70s is a good weight for me. And I was trying to, hit 3 sets of 10. I think I did 2 or 3 sets of 8. And there's a dude next to me who hit 75s. And the thing, because I caught myself judging him. I'm not gonna lie, I caught myself judging him because the way that the clothes that he was wearing, is just like, dude, you don't look like you have enough range of motion. Like wearing a polo shirt, like a tight polo shirt and jacket over that. I'm like, you don't look like you have the range of motion for that. It's like, you look like you should wear something that's a little more frame. But then the man started repping these out, and I was like, that is dope. I respect it. And again, I had to catch myself because we're all human. We all make mistakes. And I was like, yo, that's impressive. That is good. So in my head, I was like, I gotta give this man some props. So I gave him some props in my head because I wasn't judging him outwardly. I was judging him internally. And I'm like, I gotta change my mindset. I gotta change my frame. And I was like, that's something I gotta work up to. It's like dude is strong. Dude put in work. And again, he had that almost like a sleeper build. Like he didn't look super, super strong. He looked like a regular dude, but he was moving these weights. Like he was 10 pounds heavier than me. So I'm like, okay, I respect it. Good work, my guy. Good work. And there's another guy, an older gentleman who no pretty old, to be honest. He was probably pushing late 60s, maybe early 70s. And he was like, okay, this is an older guy, and he grabbed the 60s. And I was like, okay, let's see what happens. And then he lay down on the incline bench and started doing some bench press. I was like, okay, good job, my guy, good job. And then he put the dumbbells down. I was like, I won't be like you when I grow up, because you have to have fun in the gym. You have to have fun in the gym. So another mistake that people make is judging people, and judging it out of jealousy compared to admiration and something to work up towards. That's another issue. Another issue that people make, that I was actually talking to the gentleman about, the older guy, is people think that just because they're not able to do something that they used to do doesn't mean that they stop doing anything. So again, I used to be able to dumbbell bench press 100-pound dumbbells. I used to be able to deadlift 463. Can I deadlift 463 now? No. It's like the last time I deadlifted, it was like 315. To be honest, it was like 315, like a set of 5, and that was a while ago. So I was like, man, that's different. Can I bench press 100-pound dumbbells for reps right now? No. Does it mean I'm not going to go into the gym and push myself as hard as I can? No, I'm gonna push myself, and I'm gonna try to get back to where I was. Will I be able to get back to where I was officially? Maybe not, but I'm going to work towards it. Again, this gentleman, he said, when I was joking with him, he was like, yeah, I used to be able to do a lot heavier weights when I was 20 years younger, and I actually stopped working out for a while, and I just started working. I think he said he stopped working for like 2 years or something like that, and he said, yeah, I just started working out again, and I was like, and that's impressive because you're still repping 60-pound dumbbells. Was it full range of motion? No, but he was in the gym doing his thing, and I was like, that's awesome, because a lot of people feel like if they can't do what they used to do, they just stop it. They just stop doing anything. And he's like, and that's why people stop moving. That's why people aren't able to do anything, because they stop doing anything. So like, there you go. It's like, dapped him up, like, hey, good job, sir. I respect that. Good day, whatever. So that's another thing that people make mistakes, is that they don't do. If they're not able to do what they used to do, they just stop working out. Another thing that people do is they forget to work out the most important muscle, your heart. You have to do your cardio. Do you have to do 2 hours of cardio a day? No. I did 40 minutes of cardio today because I had the extra time. But typically the range is like 180 minutes of cardio a week. I don't remember the exact number. It's something around there by the American Heart Association. I think I can fact check it just to make sure my numbers are right. But something around there. And a lot of people feel like, hey, just because I'm lifting, that's enough. That's not enough. You have to work your heart. You have to get your cardio in. Whatever your cardio is, it does not matter. As long as you're getting your cardio in. It can be hiking. It can be walking. It can be stair climber. It can be rowing. It can be elliptical. It can be jump rope. It can be boxing. It can be a dancing class. Whatever your enjoyable form of cardio is, do that thing. Don't skip your cardio. Am I saying that you have to go from 0 minutes of cardio to 100 minutes of 80 cardio a week? No. You work up to that. Because to be honest, there's a while I wasn't doing as much cardio as I needed to. I'll admit. I always start off with 10 minutes of cardio as a warm-up. Always. That's a non-negotiable for me. I have to start with cardio. But then I was like, okay, I need to incorporate my cardio at the end of my workouts again. And I started with 15 minutes of cardio. I started with 15 minutes of cardio, 15 incline, 3.0 speed. Like, okay, cool. I just started with like 2 days a week. Okay, cool. Added a third day a week. Okay, cool. Depending on what my school schedule is like, depending on how late I'm getting to the gym, things like that, then I'll increase my time depending on what I have available. If I started 15 incline, and it's like, okay, cool. 3.0 feels good. I'm going to increase it to 3.3. Or I'm going to slowly increase it to work at like 3.3. That felt good. I did that for like a week or two, like 3 days a week. Okay, cool. This feels good. Then I, eventually worked up to where I'm at 3.9 now. I'm at, 15 incline, 3.9 speed on the treadmill. That is enjoyable for me because I'm an R&B guy. I love my old school R&B. I'm like, give me some Jodeci, give me some Dru Hill any day of the week. I'm blasting it, I'm banging it. Like that's my stuff. So I literally put my R&B on, I just zone out and just start walking because that is enjoyable to me. And again, depending on how much time I got is what I do. But I've been working at like 20 minutes or so. Sometimes 20, sometimes 25 minutes, depending on how much time I have. Today, I don't have work. I do have some school work to do, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that. Relatively soon. Got to clean up the crib a little bit, but I had time. I'm like, I need to get some cardio in because I wasn't able to do my cardio yesterday. Even though yesterday was legs, and people are like, you're insane for doing treadmill on leg days. I'm like, I know, but I actually enjoy doing cardio the way I do cardio. So I'm like, okay, I got some time. I'm gonna do 30 minutes. So I did 15 incline, 3.9 speed, 30 minutes. And it felt relatively comfortable. Am I saying that I'm going to go to 4.0 speed right now? I'm not saying that right now, but that cardio felt relatively comfortable. And it was at a pace where I wasn't hyperventilating. I felt like this is good. I felt like I was working. I was definitely doing something, but I wasn't overexerting myself to a point that I thought I was going to pass out. Because there have been times, I felt like I was going to pass out, to be honest. I'm like, I can't catch my breath. I can't hold on to anything. My posture was trash. I was like, this is rough. But you have to get your cardio in. That's another major key, if you will. You gotta get your cardio in. Another thing that people particularly young people or newer people in the gym don't do is they don't celebrate other people's victories. Because the gym, if you guys are familiar with Joey Swole, one of the things that he will say is the gym is a brotherhood and sisterhood, and you have to celebrate, whenever other people win, because you never know whenever you're going to need a spot, mentally, emotionally, or physically. Sometimes you just need a spot. Sometimes you just need to see, one of our gym bros, in there killing it, and just flash a quick smile. It's like, I see you putting in some work. You gotta support your gym bros. There's this dude at my old gym. It's like we were never like official rivals, but there's like a unwritten rivalry between us. It was a fun rivalry because there was a leaderboard that we used to have, and it's like, okay, he did this, I'm gonna try to do this. We were like bouncing back and forth. And it was just a fun rivalry. And he actually got hurt not too long ago, so I'm wishing him a speedy recovery. But I just posted something on his Instagram, and we're chopping up a little bit. And the terminology that he used is like, you're my rival. You're gonna be my forever rival, my guy. Even though it was never said, it was like a fun rivalry. So you have to celebrate other people. No, I'm not saying that you have to go and have a 20-minute conversation in the gym with everybody, because to be honest, you meet your gym bros, and it's like you see those same people, so they almost become like family. And sometimes you'll start talking, it's like you're supposed to be working. It's like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be doing the thing. So, not saying I have to have a full-blown 20-minute conversation with everybody in the gym, but celebrate people in the gym. Because you never know whenever you're going to need a spot, physically, mentally, or emotionally. Because that's one of the things that the gym is for. So, those are just some major keys I was thinking about. I'm trying to think. There's some other ones that were kind of like bouncing around my head, but the big ones I'll say is not warming up properly. Oh, stretching mobility. I made a video about this, I believe. You have to get some kind of mobility work. I'm not saying you need to go, like you're a Cirque du Soleil or a break dancer or anything like that, or you gotta be super flexible or anything like that. But you gotta be able to move. I'm not saying that you gotta be able to put your ankles behind your head, but you gotta be able to touch your toes. You gotta be able to bend down and do a full squat. Some people call them a Chinese squat. Look up the videos. Like, I think some people call them like a Chinese squat or Asian squat. I forgot what people typically say, but a full range of motion squat. And again, it takes work to get there. Is it easy? No. Is it worth it? Yes. And the reason why that's so important is that it tests mobility and flexibility. Just takes you so many places in life, just in general. Again, how many times is there something on your arm? You gotta squat down and pick it up. A lot of people round their back. It doesn't take that much to throw your back out if you're rounding your back to pick up something. But if you're able to go down to a squat, you just gotta pop up. It's a lot easier. So work your range of motion, work your flexibility, your mobility, so you don't get stuck in predicaments that you can't get out of. You want to be able to move for as long as you want to and the ways that you want to move. Because again, we exercise for now and for life. I'm not saying, am I as flexible now as I used to be? No. I was in Kung Fu for 10 years, so flexibility was the norm. We did stretching every day for like 10 to 15 minutes. Again, I had a full split, I had a full straddle. I was able to kick above my head with no issues at all. Can I do my full split or full straddle right now? No. Was I working towards it? Yeah. Can I still kick above my head? Yeah. Is it as easy? No. But I still have a lot of range of motion. Can I go down to a full deep squat? Yeah. Nose over toes and perfectly and nose and my knees behind my toes. I can do both. But am I as flexible as I used to be? No. And that's okay. As long as you're working some kind of mobility, some kind of flexibility, particularly our younger people, our posture is so bad because of the technology that we have. Everything is just hunched over. Our chests are tight, our backs are weak. So you have to work some kind of mobility, some kind of flexibility to stretch your chest out so you can get that bigger, better posture. It actually helps your breathing also. It just helps so many things. And it's a more comfortable position just to be in. So I'm trying to remember what's the recap. What's the recap? So again, certain things that particularly younger people and new people in the gym, they forget to do. They forget to warm up properly. They try to hit too heavy of weight. They don't celebrate themselves. They don't celebrate other people. And they compare themselves to other people out of more of a jealousy compared to a support. We don't do enough cardio, and we don't work our mobility enough. So those are just some big things I would say really pay attention to, and just working those things, it just makes you more of a person. Makes you be more the person that you want to be inside the gym and outside the gym. Does cardio take time? Cardio takes time. It takes patience. Does celebrating other people without being jealous, is that a muscle you have to work? Yes. There's a lot of people, again, myself included, that we see people doing other things. It's like, I wish that was me. I wish that was me. And there's some jealousy that pops in. But you have to change your mindset. Instead of being jealous of the person, you have to support the person and then use them as a rival, a spoken or unspoken rival. That way you have something to work up to. And it's whenever you watch like any kind of TV show, you always have some kind of rivalry going on. And sometimes it may start off as a negative rivalry. It's like, I gotta beat you, I gotta beat you. But sometimes it becomes a friendly rivalry. And that's where you want to be. If you want to have a rival, have it to be a friendly rivalry that you're able to push each other to be the best version of yourselves that you possibly can in the gym and in life. So that's what it's about. Like I said, just want to, sit here, chop it up with you guys. Again, have the day off. So I'm like, sit here around people a little bit and, just let you guys know what's on my mind. Different things to watch out for as a newer person in the gym. And some of these things can even go for our more advanced people, our intermediate or advanced people, because a lot of people just don't do enough cardio. A lot of people don't do enough mobility work. A lot of people don't warm up properly. A lot of people, they don't warm up their joints properly. That's another thing, making sure that you're warming up your joints, not just getting your cardio workout in, but you got to warm up your joints. Because if you don't warm up your joints, that can be a bad time. So warm up your joints also. Like I said, just want to stay here, chop it up with you guys a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of my day started, even though it's super, super late. But hey, things happen. All right, later.